Cold email is still my go-to channel by far. It's how I average 9 to 10% reply rates personally, but also how I've helped reps in SaaS sales generate seven figures in pipeline. One of my clients booked five enterprise meetings in a single month. Another of them booked three enterprise meetings in a day. Another hit a 12% reply rate. Another one booked two multi-billion dollar companies in 7 days. And if you want to check any of this, like just check out the link for my school. You'll see everything there. So I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this and in terms of what's working when it comes to B2B cold email. So in this video, I thought it'd be good if I just break down my exact cold email follow-up strategy that I'm using, but also with my clients in 2025 and how we fix the mistakes that reps are still making in their day-to-day. So in terms of this, like the reason most people are going wrong is they follow up from a place of selfishness where they're thinking, I need to hit my number, I need to book meetings, I need a response. Like it's very selfish. So what they do is when they follow up, they just think from their perspective. They're not thinking from the prospect's perspective. And if you're thinking from your mind as a seller, you're just like hammering this person. Like any thoughts, any thoughts? Did you have a chance to check it? Just bumping this up, just for, and you're just being selfish, right? You're just being in their inbox to be in it because you're desperate for the meeting. So the first thing and like the biggest mindset shift that you need to have is instead of following up for your sake because you need meetings, you should be thinking that I'm reaching out to this prospect, number one, because I have a trigger. Like something's happened in their business. Maybe they're hiring job roles, maybe they've recently joined, whatever. Like I have a reason to reach out. Number two, they have an issue that I know I can fix. This thing has happened, which probably means this is an issue. And if they have that, I can fix it. And then the third thing to understand is you don't know if they actually have that issue. You're assuming, right? We're guessing. So we can't be selfish enough to think that this person has to respond because we don't even know if it's relevant. All we're trying to do is be like a doctor. We're like, okay, this thing's happened, which can normally lead to these symptoms. If you have it, here's how I help fix it. We can't be desperate to just force Adderall down people's throats, right? Like it just doesn't work like that. So just really flip your mindset, number one. And the way to do that is through value and educating them. As I've spoken about in, I think, every single video, probably see the same background in a few videos. I've just been banging these out back to back. But as I've spoken about in basically every other video, 3% of the market's ready to buy now, 97% is not ready to buy. So it's our job, number one, to find the 3%, get the people who are interested, catch them early. But number two, educate the 97% to help them move closer to becoming the 3%. So we need to give value and education to get them thinking about an issue they haven't even thought about before. Okay, so that's like just some mindset stuff for cold email and how you should be approaching it and shifting the frame from don't just follow up for the sake of it, follow up to give value to educate them because you know they probably have an issue and you can actually help make their life better. Like a doctor doesn't spam you when you haven't booked in an appointment. He's not like, hey, any thoughts? Have you had a chance to book? Like just constantly hammering them. He's just like, hey, we have these thoughts, boom. And then he sends like one or two messages explaining the benefits of the treatment. Like that's what we want to do. Okay. So the first message is what we call the third party bump. And when I categorize follow up emails, there's a few columns, and we talk about this in Outbound OS in the course where we have value emails, we have thoughtful sort of bumpy emails and messages, and then we have like a sort of breakup message. So the value ones is giving them something that they can take away right now and benefit. This is something that you can literally start using today. And if you start using it, it's going to help you and it's going to benefit you. So, for example, this is somebody who, or this is a resource, sorry, where it's a blog post. So, if I'm reaching out to a sales leader and saying, hey, so you hired reps, curious, I'm thinking about ramping them, like ramp time is the issue I'm talking about. So, I could find a resource from Gong, for example, listing out the 10 best things that they did to ramp AEs quick. And then if I just say, hey, John, given that there's a focus on, or if there's a focus on ramp time, thought this could be useful. Found this article from Gong. It talks about the best strategy their VP of sales used to scale their team from 10 A's to 100. Thought you'd find it useful. Link the resource and then be like, any PS, any thoughts on the last message? And why does this work? Like, number one, we're leading with the relevancy. I am saying to this person, like, here's why I'm reaching out. It's very, very two. I'm talking about, hey, given this issue, like I'm talking about the potential issue that they could care about. But then the value of the email is I'm giving you something that you would want. Like if this is a focus, you're going to look at this and be like, wow, this is exactly what I need. I am thinking about this. This is useful. So I'm explaining the value of what I'm giving you. I'm like, this is exactly how they did X, Y, Z. This talks about how this person achieved this thing, what you like. It's just giving a resource. And then I just link it. I'm not like saying, "Oh, you have to ask me for." Like, I'm just giving it. I'm saying, "Here it is. Hope it helps." Like just giving value to the person. And again, like there's the law of reciprocity that really does work in sales, where if you just give value over a long enough time horizon, people will come to you. They'll view you as an expert. They'll view you as the person who reached out to help, and they'll come back, right? So even if they're not in that 3% now. Even if they don't turn into the 3% in the next month, they could in the future. And that's how we need to view it is this person could come back. Okay. So again, give them a resource, give them something that helps. That's like the first strategy that we do for follow-up emails. The second one is what we call the thoughtful bump. And to explain this, in the first like part, I explained why we don't say any thoughts or just bumping this up, like just doing it from a selfish perspective. So with every single follow-up email, and this is a pattern you'll see throughout, is we always need like a reason to reach out. We need relevancy and we need context. We need here's why I'm reaching out. So there's two ways to do the thoughtful bump. Instead of just saying any thoughts, what we're gonna say is again, let's go with the ramp time example. I'll use that for all the follow-ups just because it's easy. Like thinking off my head, so it's a bit easier. So if I say, "Hey, John, given that ramp time is a focus for you and the team, thought this could be worth a chat. Any thoughts on my last message?" So again, I'm giving him context because it could be my second time, third time, fourth time emailing him, but the first time he sees it. So if I'm emailing someone and it's the first time they see it, and the first thing they see in the preview text is just bumping this up, they're like, "Bumping what up? Like, who are you? I don't have any context. Like, what do you even want?" So with every single follow up, we need to give the context of why we're reaching out. The second way, so that was talking about, hey, given ramp times of focus. The second thing is where we call out the trigger. So as I spoke about in the previous video on this channel, where we're talking about relevancy and all that good stuff, the trigger could be, let's say they've changed jobs. I'd be like, hey, given that you recently joined Gong, thought ramp time could be a focus. Did you have any thoughts on the last message? Right? So again, I'm leading with the trigger, showing off my research, leading with that, then saying, I thought this thing could be a focus. Any thoughts? Like that's how we do it. That's how we frame it. So hopefully that's useful. Like the thoughtful bump really does work much better instead of just saying any thoughts. I do this in every single sequence. The third one, and the the one that people often get wrong the most, to be honest, is what we call the case study bump. Now, when people send case studies, like often it's very cringy. It's very like, we helped this person 50x their ROAS. It's just like, oh my God, please stop, right? So when we're doing a case study, we need to understand that the more specific it is, the more tied it is to someone's goal, the more desirable it is. Like if we just say, oh, I helped someone reduce ramp time, it's like, okay, why do I care? If I say, oh, I helped someone take ramp time down, again, why do I care? Then if I say, oh, I helped John's team go from 3 month ramp time to 12 months. Oh, no, sorry, 12 months round time to 3 month round time. That's a bit better because it's a bit more specific. But then if I'm saying something like, I helped this person exactly like you achieve a result you want, that's more specific. So if I said, oh, I helped a SaaS company go from 12 months ramping to 3 months ramping, like that's more relevant. And think about it from like a fitness perspective. When we're doing a case study, we don't just want to say, if I was selling like weight loss, I wouldn't say, I help people lose weight because it's so vague. It's like, okay, it's not really a desired outcome. Then if you're like me, let's say you're a man in your 20s and I'm trying to sell to people like me, I'm not going to say, oh, I helped Glynis, an 84-year-old veteran, lose 2 pounds of fat, right? Because you're going to look at that and be like, well, that person's nothing like me. The desired outcome, like cool, but like it doesn't work for me. Could it work for me? And it adds more questions to it than it does benefit. But if I was like, hey, Aaron, I actually helped someone like you. So if I use a real example, I helped Jamie, who is 21 years old, also from the UK, lose 20 pounds of fat by implementing this, then it's a bit better. And the best way to do it is where it's a big name and relevant. So if somebody said, hey, Aaron, I helped, I don't know, Michael B. Jordan, like someone who's, youngish, similar demographic to me, lose this much fat by implementing this, then it's better because the person's like me. So I can sort of look at that person and think, okay, I see myself in their shoes because we're similar, but also it's a big name. So I'm like, wow, you did it for this big person, this big brand. I trust you now. So when we're doing like case studies B2B, the worst way to do it is just say like a vague thing. We help people achieve basic thing like, reduce ramp time. The second way to do it is add in a specific outcome, but just it's not relevant. So we help people take ramp time from 3 months to 12 months. Then the third way is talking about social proof. So I'd be like, we helped, I don't know, software X go from 12 months to 3 months, and it's like a small name. The best way is if I was like, we help Gong go from 3 months to 12 months ramp time to another SaaS company, that I'd be like, oh my God, that's incredible. So I know I've talked about a lot there, but so let me talk about the actual example. So this would look like, hey, John, given ramp speed as a focus, thought this could be worth a chat. Here's a quick breakdown on how we help Gong half their ramp time from 6 months to 12 months. Worth a chat. Link the case study. That is it. Like, it's literally just adding in the context of here's the social proof we did. Worth a chat. It's very similar to the thoughtful pump, but we're just adding in a case study there. And if you have the case studies, use it, because people trust people when you've helped others achieve results. So that's the three. Hopefully that's useful. And again, like cold email, I really think it's my like bread and butter. It works the best with the clients I work with. So if you want my support, building your follow-up emails, building your initial emails, implementing this cold email operating system, feel free to book a call below. We'll just have a chat, see if it's a fit. It's a sales call, so I will try to sell you my coaching if I do think it's a fit, just to be transparent. But yeah, either way, I hope this is useful, and let me know what you want to see in the comments, and also which follow-up email you'll be testing.